You saw the title. Yes, longtime owners are quietly cashing out first, and it's not greed. It's strategy. After 20 years of rising prices and falling rates, boomers are sitting on a gold mine their RRSPs couldn't touch. But here's the catch. That forever home is turning into a high-maintenance anchor. Stairs, roofs, and repairs, waiting to blow up your cash flow. In a market where 32% of January 2024 sales were all cash, holding on too long flips your leverage. Stay with me and I'll show you the tipping points and the exact moves that keep your options and mobility wide open. You think the house has your back. Then the roof, the stairs, and the boiler hold a little group chat and decide to ping you all at once. The cliff isn't visible. Until it is. And when it shows up, it doesn't care how long you've lived there or how nicely you mulched the front bed. 2 decades of prices climbing gave you that forever home glow. Rates went low, equity went high, and the story wrote itself. Why move when the neighborhood's familiar, the kitchen still works, and the taxes are tolerable? But here's the catch. Houses and humans age on different timelines. Your knees don't sync with your shingles. Your energy level doesn't match your electrical panel. The longer you hold, the more those lines separate, and that comfort turns into friction. I'll move when I need to sounds logical. It's also how you lose leverage. Health doesn't RSVP. Contractors don't rush. When you call in spring, they say September. When you list in September, buyers say, "We saw better in July." Meanwhile, insurance nudges your premium because the roof is end of life, and the inspection you plan to crush turns into a scroll of red flags. Sellers wait, costs don't. Let's run the arc. Think classic 2-story colonial. 17 steps to the bedrooms. Driveway that turns into an ice rink for 2 months. Roof with a 25-year shingle that's now on year 24 and a half. At 62, you shovel it, salt it, wave to the neighbor and call it a workout. At 72, post-knee surgery, those same steps turn into a daily negotiation. Laundry in the basement becomes a weekend event with Advil. And that roof? The next windstorm could make it your buyer's problem or your claim. Systems hit their checkpoints whether you plan for them or not. Roofs live around 2 to 3 decades. HVAC limps into the mid-teens, maybe 20 with care and luck. Water heaters clock out somewhere between 8 and 12. Push them past the buzzer and the risk curve spikes. Deferred maintenance doesn't just stack, it multiplies. A tired roof feeds leaks. Leaks feed mold. Mold spooks lenders and insurers. 1 claim nudges your premium up. 2 claims get you flagged. 3 can get you non-renewed. Here's the metaphor that actually tracks. Your house is a luxury SUV with 200,000 miles. It still looks sharp in the driveway. It will also light up the dash 1 sensor at a time until you either love your mechanic like family or you trade it before the transmission party starts. You can keep driving, or you can exit while buyers still see shine instead of service history. Now layer the market. When a big chunk of deals close with cash, buyers hunt for clean and low risk. No surprises, no lender delays. If your systems are dated and your inspection reads like a to-do list, that cash buyer keeps scrolling. Financing gets weird too. Underwriters see roof near end of life and double taps on the panel, and they ask for repairs or credits you thought you'd dodge. Your pool shrinks to bargain hunters who want a price cut for every squeak in the ductwork. Wait too long and your pristine family home becomes a project. Projects don't win bidding wars. They get inspected, discounted, and linger. The listing photos show potential buyers where they'll spend their weekends, not where they'll host Thanksgiving. And the longer you linger, the more buyers assume there's a ghost in the crawl space. The move before you must window flips the math. You sell when your place still reads turnkey, not needs vision. You skip rehab roulette, collect clean offers, and roll into the next place with cash-level confidence, even if you finance. Which sets up the real kicker. What actually triggers the move when people wait? Let's talk stairs, surgery, and why 59% are walking straight into a scramble they could have dodged. You don't feel older, you feel fine. Then one bad step on a Tuesday turns your staircase into a no-go zone, and suddenly every errand lives upstairs. Mobility makes the call more than money does. If your body and your floor plans stop getting along, the house wins. You lose. Here's the thing. There's a health and stairs tipping point where independence collides with layout. Split-level pride meets walker reality. That cute sunken living room? It's a trench once you're balancing a cane and a laundry basket. A wide front porch with 3 brick steps feels like nothing until it's raining, the railing wiggles, and your hip says, nope. The moment you start planning routes to avoid steps, the house has started planning your exit. Boomers love the plan to stay put. Then the math shows up. Only a chunk actually intends to downsize, which means the rest are betting on luck. That majority leans on sentiment and procrastination, and then a fall, a diagnosis, or a caregiving crunch snaps the timeline. Forced sales don't ask for your preferred closing date. They show up with a walker, a discharge packet, and a note that says you need a bedroom and bathroom on the same floor by next week. That's how leverage dies. I watched a couple play the just a bit longer game. Great block. Paid off house. They wanted one more spring in the backyard. Then a hip replacement went sideways. Stairs became enemy number 1. They needed single-level living yesterday. Inventory was thin. The clean ranches were grabbing cash offers by Friday. Their current place needed about 40 grand of fixes just to list without scaring lenders. Roof, railings, a GFCI parade, and that adorable half-step into the garage that suddenly violated every safety note. The clock didn't care. Hospitals now discharge faster and push home safety like it's a prescription. No stairs between bed and bath. Grab bars. Clear doorways. Non-slip flooring. If your layout can't meet it, the options turn expensive. Assisted living isn't a quick pivot either. Waitlists drag, costs climb every year. That's why one-level homes act like a pressure valve. They keep people out of facilities longer and hold value because they solve a medical problem with drywall in a hallway. And here's the catch in the market. Cash rules the speed lanes. Repeat buyers using cash can cast a wide net. They'll go 60 miles for the right ranch. Some go hundreds. They show up on day 1, wave nonsense, and close in 2 weeks. If you're in crisis mode, you can't shop far or fast. You're touring what's within an hour, what's vacant, and what your PT can handle. Contrast that with the sneaky winners. They sold early and sliced their equity into a low-maintenance condo plus a small rental. Now the HOA handles the roof. The rental covers the HOA. Income beats repairs. Flexibility trumps nostalgia. They fly south for February and don't wake up to ice on the driveway or a text from a contractor saying, running 2 weeks behind. Waiting feels safe because you know the creaks and the quirks. But it quietly shrinks your buyer pool and your next home options. The early movers cherry-pick the best one-levels and lock terms that feel unfair in a good way. Late movers take what's left, then overpay to fix it. Let that sink in.